When's the last time you went and played a game from your childhood? Maybe a game that you played religiously as a kid, or one you never really got around to. If you're anything like me, these days you get a bit burned out from your usual games and find yourself returning to older stuff. For me, the 2000s era of video games has got to be my favorite by far. I grew up playing the old Spider-Man games for the original Xbox, games like Hitman, Indiana Jones and the Emperor's Tomb, and later getting into early Call of Duties, Assassin's Creed, and much more. There comes a time every once in a while where I feel the need to go back and visit these games, usually for nostalgic purposes. And while usually the graphics haven't aged so well, maybe the controls are clunkier than I remember, maybe even the game itself isn't as fun as I remember, but I always tend to arrive at the same thought. Games seem easier now. Now, I don't speak for all games here. There's hundreds of games that have been released and are being released that make a point in being difficult. But I do find in general that games used to be a bit more challenging. Part of me always thought it was because I was a kid back then. Maybe my skill level's better now. But when I go back and attempt these old games, I find it way more difficult than I did as a kid. Take the Hitman games, for example. In select classic titles, you're debriefed on your mission, you select your weapons, and you're dropped into the location to assassinate your target. You can pick up hints around the map, even see a quick split screen of your target in select titles, but that's it. You had to be creative enough to make it work with their death, and to uncover hints that lead to smarter ways of elimination. With the new Hitman games, it starts similarly, debrief, pick your weapons, but once you're in, you have this vision that allows you to see people and targets across the entire map. In real time, you can see roughly where they are. Unlike the old games, the map is paused, meaning you can stop and plan your route. With the old ones, the map was in real time, meaning you'd watch your targets move while viewing the map. Not to mention Diana and other people being in your ear the entire time, talking you through hints and clues, and the little details. In the old games, running was suspicious, which makes sense. Some bald guy in a suit running indoors is kind of weird. In these games though, no problem. I understand that games are meant to be fun, not frustrating, and by introducing mechanics that make the experience easier, the game becomes more friendly for general audiences, whether it's someone's first time or if they're an experienced player. But I can't help but feel like the experience isn't as rewarding or fun to look back on. Do you remember in some of the earlier GTA titles, you'd start a mission, watch a cutscene, drive to the location start, and then actually kind of begin the mission? Do you remember what would happen if you died or failed at any point between the beginning and end? It would send you back to before the mission begun, and you'd have to do it all over again. Sounds awful, feels awful, but games that don't hold your hand tend to teach the players pretty quickly the ins and outs. The stakes are high if you fail, you have to start all over. As a player, you learn how to play as the developers intended, and once you succeed, the feeling is way more rewarding and relieving. Compare that to GTA 5 story mode, with checkpoints every minute or so during missions, even the feature in which if you die or fail part of a mission 3 times, it gives you the option to skip that section completely. Here's a clip, unedited, from a mission in GTA 5 where the mission completely holds your hand and walks you through exactly how to fulfill what is needed.
Hey, Molly, I'm outside the studio.
All right, go over the wall and find the car on the lot.
And then what?
Only the principal actors and stunt people are authorized to go near it, so you could get in wardrobe and play the part or try something else.
All right.
When you're out of there and clear of studio security, call me.
I'm sick of looking at your face, Tina.
You need to get on set.
Where the hell is Brandon? Jesus! Are you gonna find him? Someone's gotta find him! What is the point of building all these sets? We gotta put Brandon's head on the guy's body in post. Look out for way!
Even certain game series like The Elder Scrolls simplifying things like skill trees and class systems sort of just dumbs the game down and makes it so there's less to learn and less to master. Now, I don't like trying super hard and sweating at games. And I understand that this differs greatly from game genre to game genre and person to person. Some games just lose the fun element if you take out checkpoints. And don't get me wrong, I don't like failing a mission and being sent to the very beginning. But when I look back on it afterwards, it feels like a better experience overall. It immerses you with the stakes, guides you to learn how to properly play the game or play around that, and makes you feel like you've accomplished something once you complete it. These old games feel challenging almost on purpose, like the developers were giving us players a challenge to conquer. Like there was heart and soul behind designing levels to push us to hone our skills and to be better. I'm not trying to bash the way modern games design their levels or anything like that. I love games, and I'll always love games and watching as they evolve forward. However, I think sometimes it's worth going back and paying a visit to the older games. Not just to see how far we've come since then, but also to remember and to appreciate some of the things that we might have lost along the way. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, feel free to subscribe to the channel. See you soon.